Hey there planners, today I'm going to be setting up for the month of July in my B6 Stalogy. This is my little running buddy, very portable. We have a lot of trips planned and activities planned for the month of July, so I'm going to go ahead and set this up to be very functional but also pretty. So go grab your planners and let's get planning. So as you all know, I set this B6 Stalogy up to be my little summer planner, very portable. I have it in a Moterm cover. If you missed the setup of this planner, I will have that link down in the description box below just so you can see how I set it up. But essentially this is my little running buddy for the summer. I have 4 months, or planning to have 4 months in here, May, June, July, and August. And then I will figure out what's next. I love my Hobonichi cousin. It's A5 Hobonichi cousin. I absolutely love it, but it is becoming unwieldy, very, very thick and hard for me to get around with. So I have already been planning in this for the month of May and June. June is now complete, and you can see it is extremely functional for me. I have a lot of scribbles. I have a lot of sticky notes. I also am using stickers in here, which I'm super excited about. This is so functional for me. And I'm really loving this planner, and I'm loving coming back to using dailies in this planner. Dailies are something that I have really enjoyed in the past, and the summer is so busy that I have really been enjoying using the daily planner, and just really functional for me. So I have come to the end of the month, and it is now time to set up a new month. And so I'm going to flip to a blank page and start plugging things in. I've got just a few printables. Now I don't do a lot of printables in the front end. I'm trying to be very careful about bulking this planner up, because if I make this planner big and fat, then I end up with the same problem that I had with my Hobonichi cousin, which is it's not portable for me. But I do have just a couple of things I want to put in. The first is this freebie printable from Planning with Bee. I put these in the beginning of each month. You can see for June, I had the one for June. I believe I had the one for May as well, but you can find these on planningwithbee.com. They're a beautiful little freebie printable. I don't need a full monthly calendar here, because the way I set this planner up, I actually have my full monthly calendar in the beginning. I put all 4 months, and I use those as a future log as well as like the main monthly calendar. So I don't need a full month here. I just use this as a reference. So I'm going to be putting this in. And then I'm also going to be putting down just a little bit of decor for a decorative page. I really like this image. I got this off Pixabay, which is a place where you can get copyright-free images to use for whatever you want to use it for. And so I love the pier and the beach, and then I'm going to overlay this acetate on top, which I made myself using Cricut. This is holographic vinyl. Hopefully you can see that. But it says "Beach Please," and it's got these really cute little flip-flops on it. So I made that using the Cricut and a piece of acetate, and I'm going to put that in there as the cover. So while I'm doing that, how is everybody's summer going? Can you believe it is July already? I feel like June was like, you know, a hot second, and boom, it was gone. All of a sudden, we're like halfway into the summer. So we have been very busy. We have taken a couple of trips and had some really good vacation time together. And we are getting ready for packing my daughter up and moving her off to college, which is really crazy. Are there any other parents out there in that stage of life where you're moving a child out into the world? It is really wild. Really, really wild place to be. So I am going to tip this in to this page. Actually, I think what I'm going to do first is go ahead and put this down. Then I will tip that in. I don't have the tape that I love. So this is really good tape. This is the magic tape, but it's not quite as clear. I don't know if you can tell from that, but it's kind of frosted. So it's It's not the best on tipping acetate in, but we're going to make it work. So let me get this. I think I need to trim this down maybe just a hair. Okay, so that's down. Now I'm going to tip this in on top, and I think that's a good fit. It might be just a little wide. So let me trim off the edge here. This acetate is fantastic because I can also print on it. It took me forever to find acetate that I could actually print on without it turning out funny. Several I tried said that you could print on them, but that was not the case, at least that I found. So I finally feel like I found a good one. So I have shown this a few times, but just in case you're wondering, to tip in, I just press the page in the spine and I fold a piece of tape backwards so the sticky part is out over a card, and then I just press that into the spine and smooth it out. And I do have a video all about how I tip in, and I will have that linked down below in case you need a more sort of step-by-step walkthrough. It's not easy, even for me, and I've been doing it repeatedly for a long time now. It's just not easy. Okay, but the effect is that you have a page added to your planner. All right, so that's perfect for my cover page, and I will make a tab here in a little bit to put on here for July. And actually what I do with this tab through the month is I actually move it from week to week so that I can quickly flip to exactly like the day that I'm on. And then at the end of the month I put it back at the beginning, which this one I actually printed the name of the month for both sides of the tab. This one I only did it on the front, so I do need to print another little one. But there's my cover. What comes next for me is my monthly meal plan. I like to meal plan on a monthly basis, and last month I actually drew in the calendar, and that was awesome. This month I'm feeling a bit lazy, so I'm going to use this printable, and I believe I actually purchased this monthly printable, and I think it's from Pineberry Printables, which I will have linked down below. It came in a set. So let me get this taped in, and then I'll come back and show you how I use this. The calendar in, and I wanted to just flip back and show you. I do keep a tab on on the meal plan because I use it so frequently, but I wanted to flip back and show you June. So now I have like all the meals planned out, what we ate, and this is such a handy reference for me because I have kept a monthly meal plan for years now, and it's very handy to go back to a previous planner and look at what we had. You know, if I'm running out of ideas or I feel like, you know, I'm cooking the same things over and over again, I'll go back and look at, you know, what the meals were for that month, a year, 2 years, 3 years ago. So I find that really handy. I also, you know, put little notes over here about other things I make, desserts, or maybe I had, you know, made a pasta salad or something like that. I'll put it over here. But I find this really, really handy. I also use it because I don't actually meal plan, you know, Monday through Sunday because I don't go to the grocery store on Sunday. I go to the grocery store on typically Friday evenings. So I need to meal plan really Friday to Thursday. So that makes it difficult to meal plan in the weeks. So I like to just keep it handy, you know, in one spot. This way I can meal plan forward a couple weeks if I'm, you know, feeling really ambitious. When I sit down to meal plan, I can go ahead and do it forward in the month. So I do think I'm going to add a little bit of decoration to this. I'm going to start with some washi. I pulled out those jewel-toned washies that I got from the Printpression order that I had. I recently did a haul from Printpression, and this is one of the items that I ordered, this little pack of 5 washies, and they are so fantastic. I love these washies so much. I've been using them like crazy. I'm going to probably use them up by the end of the summer, but especially this rainbow one, you can tell I've been using it like crazy. It's so beautiful. But I really, really am enjoying these washies. So surprised by the quality of these washies. These are really, really good washies. So if you are new here, welcome. Absolutely thrilled that you stopped by Planning Annie. and I hope that you will take a look around. If you are interested in all things planner, you have definitely come to the right spot, because you will find, whether you are a digital planner or a paper planner or just trying to figure out what kind of planner you are and need some tools to help you, you're going to find all kinds of things here. This is a wonderful community on all the videos. I encourage you to take a look at the comments, because the Planning Annie subscribers and viewers are full of great ideas, which I get so many ideas from just reading the comments myself. It's one of my favorite parts about having this channel. So I hope that you will check that out. Leave some ideas of your own. If you have something you're doing that is really working for you, we would absolutely love to hear that, because we are always looking for the newest, best, untried idea for how to plan our lives, be productive, make things cute, use our supplies. We would love to hear all of that, and I hope you will consider subscribing to Planning Annie. If you are new here, we are planner enthusiasts, and would love to have you join us and be part of our little community. Hit that subscribe button below. Okay, I've broken out my stickers. I'm looking at the functional stickers, and I just want to put a label on this at the top to say July meal plan. So I'm going to grab this little guy. This is from, I believe this is from Plan So Cute. These are absolutely adorable. They look like little sticky notes with glitter washi. How cute is that? And so I'm just going to title this July Meals. And I think that I probably have a cute little sticker to go with this. These are all my icons and labels, little characters and emojis. If you are curious about how I organize stickers and what kind of stickers I have, I would encourage you to watch the video where I actually set all of these little stickers up, these sticker books up. I'll have that link down below. I think I'm going to go with a grill this month, because I anticipate a lot of grilling, because it is really hot. It is really hot inside, and I hate running the stove because it just makes it hotter. And using the grill outside, while it's hot doing it, it certainly keeps things cooler inside. So I'm going to put that right there. Okay, now I think I want to go ahead and date this. I'm going to use one of my clean color.zig markers and go ahead and put the dots down and date it, and I'll come back when I'm done. So that is set up and ready to go. I've got my July meals ready. And now the next page I want to set up for the month is a monthly brain dump. I'm going to go ahead and set this up, and then I'm going to come back and show you how I use it and what tools I use to actually conduct a brain dump that is going to make sure I have everything I need to remember here on this page. All right, so here's how I set it up. Just a little bit of washi. I do put a label on it, and then I go ahead using the Zig dot marker, put in lots and lots of dots, because I'm anticipating filling this up by the end of the month. And I'll show you from June, this was what my brain dump ended up looking like. And the way that I populate this is a couple of things. The first thing I do is I break out my brain dump triggers. This is in my Hobonichi Cousin in my daily pages. I don't use my daily pages for actual journaling on that day. I use my daily pages in sort of a mishmash way. If you're interested in seeing more about how I use my daily pages, I've had several videos already just kind of doing flip throughs by 1 or 2 months at a time. I'll have those linked down below. But I did go ahead and put a brain dump trigger list. And so the first thing I'll do is set this over to the side. And go ahead, using that brain dump trigger list, I will start populating items into into this list. So that's what I'm going to do first. If you are curious about how to set up your own brain dump trigger list, or how to use brain dumps, I have a couple of different videos on that. I will have them linked down below for you to check out. But I find a brain dump trigger list to be one of the most powerful tools that I have in my planning system, particularly when I'm setting up a month ahead, because I can keep a few things in my head, and a few things will bubble to the top. But actually having a trigger list that makes me think of all the things, and for example, to-dos, purchases, research, supplies, goals, declutter items, orders, just calendar, home items, is there anything related to insurance so all of those things just help me, trigger me to think about things that I need to do. And then I can get them out of my head and safely on paper, where I don't have to try to carry them around with me. That feeling where you wake up in the middle of the night, or, you're having trouble going to sleep because things are just rolling through your head. This will help prevent that. If you do this regularly, because you don't have to hold them in your head anymore. It's safely on paper. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, using the brain dump trigger list, I'm going to go ahead and capture anything that comes to mind, and then I'll show you where I go to next to continue populating this list. All right, so I have pulled some things out of my head from my brain dump triggers list, which is a great start. Now I'm going to flip over to this tab called Task, where I have set up a list of all my reoccurring to-dos by monthly and quarterly, weekly and daily, and I'm really going to be focused on the monthly and quarterly items. This is another one of those super handy planning tools. Regardless of what type of planner you have, this will help you kind of trigger you to think about those things that you have to do just on a regular basis. Those are the type of things that for me are annoying to try to keep in my head. So I like to have them on paper. And this is a list that I recreate fairly often, probably twice a year, because this list changes. Things that I have to do change. So I'm going to go through this list and pull in any of the items that I need to get done this month or this quarter, because we are beginning a new quarter in July. Pull those in to my brain dump list. Okay, you can see I added just a few more things from that list, and now the final place I look is my July calendar. I just take a look at that and see what I'm really looking for is not to repeat things that are on my calendar, but are there things that I need to prep for or do ahead of things that are on this calendar. So take a look at that and add in any additional item. All right, just a couple things added there. And I said that was the last item, but I actually do have one more. I want to look back at the June brain dump and see, are there any things that did not get done on here that I want to pull over into the July brain dump? Now, I should say, everything I capture here may not get done. Because it is a brain dump, I'm not really filtering. I'm not making a determination whether that's a good or bad item, or, something I actually need to do, or is it a wish list item, that kind of thing. I'm just getting it out of my head. But that also means that things end up on this list that are not the highest priority. And if I don't get it done and I look back on it next month, I may decide that, I don't actually need to do that anymore. It's not really on the list of things to do anymore, and I'll just leave it there and not carry it over. So I do want to look back at the month of June and see, is there anything on here that did not get done that I actually do still feel like is a priority and want to try to capture in the month of July. All right, so there is the starting brain dump list. How do I use this list through the month? I actually, when I go to set up each week or, days, whenever, I come back to this list and see, is there something that I need to pull from here to get done that week or that day? And that is how I slowly check off the items that are on this list. The other thing I'll do is sometimes I will think about something through the month that either I need to get done this month or I just need to capture it for sometime in the future. This is the safe place to keep it because I always come back and look at this as I'm setting up the future month. So I'll migrate it forward as needed until I get it done. So this is not complete. I will keep using this throughout the month, but this is a great start for me as I get ready to set up the weeks in the month. I have everything safely captured here that I want to try to accomplish or see if I can fit it in. So that's my brain dump. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up the first week of pages just so you can see how those get set up. In my B6, I try to set up, sometimes I'll go ahead and set up the whole month, but I actually find it's better just to set up 1 week at a time, because that way, if I need pages between each week, I can use those pages between each week, notes pages or whatever I need it for, I can add them in. So I do want to show you how I set up a week, so I'm going to flip over and start that. All right, so here's how I lay out the week, and you'll see I've got I'm using a printable. This is one I purchased. This is from Hourglass Printables. It's really perfect. I absolutely love this printable. And I am going to just add in the dates. And this one has a monthly calendar, which I really like. So let me make sure I date this correctly. Starts on a Friday. So I use this to just kind of lay out what's happening when. I don't capture a lot of to-dos here. I mainly just like to see this, for scheduling items, like what is happening on each day as far as big scheduling items that I need to keep in mind as I'm setting up the days. There is a to-do list here, and I will use this for like things that don't necessarily have to happen on a specific day. I'll put those in here somewhere, but I don't use this a lot. A lot of times I end up just scribbling notes in this section. Like if I'm having a conversation with someone, I'll use this for notes. But I find this to be a really great printable style. I use this a lot in the weekly pages. So I'm going to go ahead and capture the big to-dos as far as scheduling items on this week, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so you'll see that I have just thrown some sticky notes on here. I will pull these sticky notes and use them throughout the planner, and even if I don't use them this week, I always come back. Something that I find I can never have enough of in a planner, because I will use them all. I know that, so I like to keep a few extras here. All right, so I've got just the basic scheduling items listed out for the week ahead. Now I'm going to set up daily pages, and I've been using the same format for daily pages pretty much since the beginning of the planner. I use the daily pages partially as a to-do list to capture scheduling items, to make notes on, to track some health stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the daily pages, and then I'll kind of flip through and show you how they're set up and how I'm using them. All right, so here is Monday and Tuesday, just showing you how I get this set up, and it's pretty much the same format for all my daily pages. I'm kind of a creature of habit in that way. So I have, the header of the day, I have a today section and a to-do section, and you'll see that I have already started pulling from my brain dump list of things I can get done, particularly because I'm off work on the 4th, and we don't have a lot of plans. We'll have just gotten back from vacation, so laundry and regular unpacking, all of that stuff will be going on, but I do have some things that I can get done. Down here at the bottom I have a couple of wellness health type things. I track the vitamins that I'm taking, and then also and supplements, and then also I leave a space to write weight in, because I am working on weight loss right now, so I like to track my weight daily, and so I like to put that in here. I will use this space for any notes or just capturing items that happen that day, because I do like to journal and kind of keep track of what happened each day in my Hobonichi Cousin on the weekly pages. So sometimes I'll make a note of things here so that I can kind of flip through and see what happened that day as I'm going back and journaling for the week. So that's how I set up my daily pages. So now the month of July is set up and ready to go in my B6 Stalogy. I am super excited about using it this month. I feel like I'm, after 2 months going into the 3rd month of this planner, I feel like I'm in a groove with it. So I really hope you enjoyed seeing how I set up my B6 Stalogy. I hope you got some inspiration from it. I hope that you enjoyed this. If so, give me a thumbs up and let me know. Subscribe to Planning Annie for more content like this. And as always, thanks for planning with me.